evening. My name is Barnabas T. Gravedigger, and I am the caretaker of Dorchester Cemetery. Things can get a little dead around here, and to pass the time, I enjoy reading spooky stories by candlelight in the crypt that I call home. It's not safe to be out after dark, and you can see the sun is beginning to fade. I best be getting inside while there's still time. Of course, you're welcome to join me, won't you? Welcome to Dead End Dorchester, where the dead have tales to tell. Did I frighten you prematurely? Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my home. This is your old pal, Barnabas T. Gravedigger, at your service. And I'd like to welcome you for another evening of reading forth from the crypt that I call home. Now, as some of you may recall, the last time that we visited, we had a little issue arise with some of our more feisty guests. You may recall a few of them woke up and started prowling about, causing a bit of trouble. Well, I fear if we had cut our visit short by just a few ticks of the clock, my job would have been just a little bit easier that evening. You see, it wasn't quite so simple to get them back into their holes. Yeah, homes! They didn't want to get back into their homes, yeah. So, I believe going forward we are going to have to limit our visits to just a little shorter, and I appreciate you understanding, so thank you. And now with that said, I need to tell you, we had a very special service today out in Dorchester Cemetery. Yes, Mr. C-Word passed away. Now his name was Mr. C-Word, I'll spell it. It was a very interesting spelling. It was capital C, apostrophe, capital W, small o, small r, small d, Mr. C-Word, and his nickname was Mr. Crossword. Well, Mr. Crossword wanted to be buried at high noon on the tallest hill in the cemetery. And because it was fitting with his name, he wanted to be buried 6 feet down and 4 over. I appreciate you coming by this evening. What do you say we have a bit of spooktacular fun? We're going to be reading some poems from Dead End Dorchester, Volume 1. And I believe the first one is about a place that many of us do not care for. I am speaking, of course, of a dark place, a dank place, a place where nightmares are bred, where our darkest fears come out to play, even if only in our minds. This poem is titled, The Darkness. Sitting in the darkness, with nothing much to do, I can hear myself breathing, and I can hear you, too. I hear you question why it is that it must be this way. I want to tell you why it is, though I know I should not say. I hear you ask me how you died, but I'll never be the teller. For before you took your last breath, you were buried in my cellar. Oh, memories. Moving forward, the next poem that we are going to be reciting is about a girl. A crying girl. You know the type where at night, once in a while, you swear that you can hear a distant scream, or a distant laugh, or perhaps a distant cry. There once was a girl who could not cry, for if she did, she'd surely die. She'd start to weep and stop the flow, always told not to let them go. Then one day, she dropped a tear. It hit her cheek, but with no fear. For it finally dawned inside her head. She can cry all she wants. She's already dead. I'm sure many of you have woken up in the middle of the night to a bump in the darkness, a sound, and you may swear it is somebody creeping, crawling in your bedroom. Perhaps crawling out from under the bed. But always remember, as long as you keep your feet tucked under your blankets all nice and cozy, you'll have nothing to fear. Unless you begin to hear footsteps. Every now and again, all of us could swear that we've heard the pitter-patter of feet in our homes. Either in another room, or perhaps on another floor. But you hear the footsteps, and you swear you're not alone. Well, sure you have, and that's why we're going to go forth now and read the poem called Footsteps. Footsteps in the attic, footsteps in the hall, footsteps in the kitchen, footsteps that sound small. Not the footsteps of my mother, not the footsteps of my dad, not the footsteps of my brother, but footsteps that sound sad. Footsteps that are soft, like a scurrying little mouse. The footsteps are from a ghastly ghost who haunts our quiet house. Have any of you ever seen a ghost? Experienced anything a bit on the paranormal side? If you have, comment below. Let us know. I try to respond to as many comments as I possibly can, but go ahead. Let us know your experiences. No judgment. Now, what do you say we read one more poem? I believe we have just enough time for one more. Now, this is a rather sad poem. It's about a boy and a girl. Now, you know the old story. Boy finds girl, girl finds boy. They fall in love, then the boy dies and goes away or something like that. I'm not quite sure how the rest of the story goes, but anyway, I don't really care. This is a love story called Have a Heart. The met Emma, and it was love at first sight. Only one thing was wrong in a world of all rights. For Billy loved Emma more than words could say. But Emma would not give her heart away. She would not admit how she felt inside until one day when Billy died. She was so sad, she just cried and cried. Oh, how could it be that Billy had died? About a week after his funeral, a box had arrived. No marking from whom, what could be inside. A note was found first upon opening the box. Emma wasn't prepared to have quite a shock. The note read, "I love you. I have from the start." After looking inside, she found Billy's heart. Yes. Well, my friends, parting is such sweet sorrow, as they say, and I do believe that this will be the time we have for this evening. We do have more services tomorrow. It's best that I get some beauty rest. I need to keep up my wonderful appearance. So thank you all so much for coming by this evening, and no matter what, always remember, when telling jokes about skeletons, make them very humorous. Thank you all so much for coming by this evening. Remember, visit us online at deadenddorchester.com. You can also donate directly through PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. The information will be in the credits of the show and also in the description below. If you've enjoyed this show, or even if you haven't, tell everyone you know about it. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the little bell notification so you always know when we're going to upload new content. And once again, thank you so much for coming by. Be safe on your travels home. And as always, happy Halloween. Good evening.